Good morning, everybody. This is Sandy. Going to prep some supper for tomorrow. Today I am going to be making grilled cilantro lime chicken salad. Excuse me while I get my gloves on. I'm messing with some raw meat, so I want to make sure that I have gloves on. Plus I have jewelry on, and I did not want to take my jewelry off, so I went this way. So to start with, I've already labeled my bag right here. Marked it with a G as well. G, if you remember, if you've joined me in the past, I have a little coding system. G stands for grill, O for oven, of course, S for stovetop, and C for crock pot. So this is going to be going on the grill when I cook it, probably tomorrow, if not the next day. So for now, I'm just going to get this prepped and toss it in my refrigerator. And if we choose we're not going to have this tomorrow, then I'll toss it in my freezer. But I've gone ahead and labeled that, and I folded it down once because you want to cover the zipper so that you don't get any food particles in there, and will keep you from being able to zip up your bag completely. So to start with, this recipe calls for 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. I went with what I had on hand. You should always shop your pantry first and your freezer first. Why spend more money if you don't have to, if you have stuff in the house that you can use? So I did not have chicken breast readily available. So what I did use was, or what I'm going to use is turkey breast chops, which we have often on salads. So I thought this would be perfect. So this is actually just under 2 pounds. So I thought that would be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this into my Ziploc bag. I left one package whole because I wanted you to be able to see what it was that I was substituting. So there's 4 in each package, and they're small. So I'm just gonna drop the rest of these in here. And now I'm going to take my gloves off so that I can not worry about cross-contaminating anything else. Because I've got some oil to put in here, some lime juice. It called for the juice of a fresh lime. I had lime juice on hand already and Googled it and found out that 2 tablespoons of lime juice is the equivalent of 1 fresh lime. So it calls for 2 tablespoons of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I've gone ahead and already pre-measured this. So I'm going to pour that in the bag as well, drizzling it all over the meat. And this is a super simple and fast recipe. The bulk of it is actually assembling your salad on cooking day. So the TS, the Tastefully Simple herb that I'm using, is our CC cilantro, which is fairly new to me. However, it is part of our 25th year anniversary, so it was one that was brought back. The recipe calls for a total of 2 to 4 teaspoons divided. Now, it calls for 1 to 2 teaspoons put on your meat, and the rest will be used on the day that you're going to be eating it. So this is a little tangy, so I'm going to put about 1.5 teaspoons instead of the full 2. So here we go. Put it in there. Put my cover on. And it's pretty much all done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zip it up, getting as much air out as possible. And then I'm going to massage and work all that oil and juice and seasoning in so that it covers all the meat as much as possible. It seasons it and marinades it. And this is all you do. Actually, there is one more step. I was not going to do it, but it calls for the additional, remember I told you it takes up to 4 teaspoons of CC cilantro. Well, you need the other 1 to 2 teaspoons on cooking day. What they suggest that you do is that you go ahead and pre-measure it out. That would be great to do if it was something that you use a lot of. Like this actually isn't one that we use a lot of in our house, at least not yet. We're still trying it out, getting familiar with it. But if it was one that you use a lot of, You may not want to wait until cooking day. You may want to go ahead and separate it out and put it in. That way you know you have enough for the day that you need it. In this case, I have gone ahead and taken out my bag. I am going to measure the additional 1 to 2 teaspoons now and put it in here. And then I'm going to double bag this. So what I'm going to do is take the big bag of turkey meat that you just saw me use. And I'm going to add the seasoning, the little zipper bag. I'm just using a little snack size bag because it's going to be double bagged in the freezer, so I don't have to worry about anything as far as freezer burn or anything like that. So get the air out. And what I'm going to do, and this is all mixed in, is I'm going to take this bag and I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to add the seasoning right to it. And again, I have already labeled this bag, so I do not feel the need to double label, or label twice, I should say. Because what I occasionally will do is I'll reuse that second bag for the next time I'm doing a freezer meal and I go to double it. So that way I don't have to waste bags as far as that's concerned. So there you go, making sure that you can read it so I can grab it out of my freezer and know exactly what I've got. And all I'm going to do is let the rest of the air out and zip it tight. The rest of the recipe is salad ingredients that I will use the day that I'm cooking. So just to run that by you, what the rest of it is the other cilantro seasoning, some mayonnaise, a little bit of milk, some red wine vinegar, and then you've got your vegetables. It calls for some fresh corn that you can grill. You remove the corn from the cob. If you want, I don't see why you couldn't use frozen corn as well. I actually have seen some that have already been grilled, so you can just take that and thaw it out and use that. It calls for some poblano chili peppers, which is too hot for my house, so we won't be using that. It calls for some tomatoes, some avocados, and some salad toppers and romaine lettuce. And I'm not sure if you can see it really well. I'll come up close. But this is what the finished product looks like. Now this is part of one of our meals from our grilling kit, our grilling segment that is having our second session this Friday. If you're interested in learning more about our freezer workshops, we have all virtual classes online. Please message me. I'll be happy to give you more information and invite you into the group so that you can see all of these recipes. We do record them so that you can come back to the recipe and do it when it's convenient for you. Not everybody can participate live the day that we actually do the class, which is understandable. So everybody is so busy. But this way you can come back and you can pause that video as often as you need to and go ahead and prepare your meals. Our next segment actually starts July 25th. Right now, that's going to be another grilling session. We'll have 2 more classes, 5 meals per class will be prepped. There'll be a couple of commercials, some tips. We have chefs from all over that bring you into their kitchen and they prepare a meal with you. And yeah, so I hope you join us. If you need information, if you'd like it, please, like I said, don't hesitate to drop me a line. Be happy to give you all that info. You guys have a great day. Happy Tuesday, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.